Hello, my friend, and welcome to Wisdom Trek. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, your guide to wisdom and creating a living legacy. Thank you for joining us for a 5-day-per-week Wisdom and Legacy podcast. This is day 394 of our trek, and today is Motivation Monday. Every Monday, we hike the trails of life that will encourage and motivate you to live the rich and satisfying life for this week. Today, we will explore the success trail of self-motivation. We are broadcasting from our studios at Home 2 in Charlotte, North Carolina. It is good to have a respite from the additional work of the big house, and we are getting caught up with some of the backlogs of our client work. We do have much to do on our podcast-related projects also, so hopefully we'll be able to start focusing on those projects very soon. I am recording the podcast prior to the weekend, so I will have to give you an update of our weekend activities on Wisdom Wednesday. Our plans are to invest time with Shlomo's parents, Joseph and Emily Yeago, this Saturday. They are visiting from Kenya, and we are looking forward to discussing partnering with them as they establish a leadership institute in Kenya. If the weather permits, we will also visit the Biltmore House and Gardens on Sunday after church. We do desire to invest every opportunity that will assist us in our daily creating our living legacy while we do live a rich and satisfying life. This is what we consider being truly successful. We do realize that all success requires that we are motivated within to drive us forward to that success that we want to achieve. On our trek for today, we will hike the trail called Success Requires Self-Motivation. Let's start up the trail and consider the following. A lot of very smart people end up as failures. Failures in life, in work, and in relationships. A lot of very smart people are given plenty of opportunities for success and never take advantage of them. A lot of very smart people are born into privilege and yet turn into failures. A lot of very smart people accumulate degrees and skills and still fail to achieve what we think that they would. And what is the common factor in all of these failures? It is usually the lack of self-motivation. Now, if you listened to the last Philosophy Friday, we focused on the universal law of planting and harvesting. When a person lacks self-motivation, they do not follow this law, and therefore they miss the opportunities that will lead them to success. All of the intelligence and all of the opportunities and all of the book learning is simply nothing if there is no motivation to do anything with them. So let's look today at the 10 milestones that will teach us why self-motivation is the only trail of success. And we might ask ourselves, what is self-motivation? Well, let me give you this example. A child may be motivated to pick up his toys if there is a reward for doing so, or if there is a punishment for not doing so. Someone outside of himself has created that motivation. If it were not for that outside motivator, the child would probably not be too quick to pick up their toys. He has no self-motivation. As we mature, we should become self-directed individuals. We must muster up the motivation to accomplish things or not to accomplish them. If we don't become self-directing, then we won't meet with success. It relates back to the law mentioned previously, but here are 10 specific reasons that might help out. Milestone number 1. With self-motivation, goals are set. If you desire to become a successful person, you must set goals and then go after them. Those goals must come from within, based on your passions. For the non-self-motivated person, if they set goals at all, they are only small temporary ones. Such goals may be to get a job so that they can pay their bills or to save enough money to take a vacation, but they are small and short-term in nature. Milestone number 2. With self-motivation, plans are made. Even if the unmotivated person is able to set long-term goals, he or she fails to develop the plans to achieve those goals. Their goals just become dreams for someday. As a self-motivated person, you will develop a very specific plan of action. You will constantly review that plan of action, make modifications when necessary, and then stay on the trail toward your destination. Milestone number 3. With self-motivation, there is risk-taking. To be successful, you must take risk. In fact, you are driven to take risk because you will just stagnate otherwise. An unmotivated person will find excuses not to take risk, and those excuses will become justification for their stagnation. It's just not the right time. Others have tried that and failed. My friends say that it's a stupid idea. My family won't support me, and the list of excuses goes on and on. Milestone number 4. With self-motivation, there is optimism. Optimism is that belief that the future holds promise. It provides you with energy and enthusiasm. And when you are self-motivated, you are optimistic about your future. Unmotivated people have fear and insecurity about the future. They are therefore willing to stay just within their comfort zone, where they feel safe and don't have to fear about the uncertain future. The fact is that fear actually grows larger every time they do stay in their comfort zone. Milestone number 5. With self-motivation, you do not blame others. Being self-motivated, you know that you alone are responsible for your success and your failures. When you meet failure, you are able to reflect on it, identify what did go wrong, and then change your behavior and circumstances so that success is ultimately achieved. The unmotivated person blames others and never looks within to see what they should change. Milestone number 6. With self-motivation, there is follow-through. Being a self-motivated person, once you set the path toward success, you will stop talking and start doing. You are a list maker who gets up each day with actions in mind. The unmotivated individual develops his path perhaps, but then just spins his wheels talking about what he intends to do. No action follows all of that talk. Milestone number 7. With self-motivation, there is self-confidence. Being self-motivated, you take action and have met with some success. Even if those successes are initially small, you have developed the self-confidence to keep moving forward and take on new and greater challenges. The unmotivated person has not taken action and therefore cannot muster any self-confidence to take on the challenge. Milestone number 8. With self-motivation, there is passion. Passion comes from the deep desire and the love of what you are undertaking and pursuing. Being self-motivated, you are able and feel the passion that keeps you going through the rough patches and the obstacles, even the big ones. The unmotivated individual shuts down as soon as they hit a rough patch because they don't have the inner passion that will push them through to it. Milestone number 9. With self-motivation, there is focus. When you are motivated, you are not easily distracted. When you begin a project, you never leave it half finished. This applies to your entire life. You set a goal, begin planning and acting, and resist getting sidetracked by other events and circumstances. As a self-motivated individual, you never take your eye off the ball. You resist distractions and move forward. And then milestone number 10. With self-motivation, there are no missed opportunities. Being a self-motivated individual, you have the passion for what you are doing and the goals that you have set. You speak about them whenever you have a chance, even to strangers. You find the opportunities to connect with other like-minded people. You surround yourself with other self-motivated individuals. All of this relationship building brings opportunities for partnerships, for funding, and for all sorts of support. The unmotivated person doesn't seek out these connections and misses all the opportunities. Passion, drive, planning, focus, and steady action. These are all attributes of a self-motivated individual. These are the very things that every successful person will tell you that are the keys to their success. All of them have their origin and their lives within the larger realm of self-motivation. When you are self-motivated, you realize that hard work will be the evidence of your drive. You fully understand the principles of planning and harvesting that we discussed in detail in our last Philosophy Friday trek. Here are 3 reminders of the results of self-motivation and hard work. Proverbs chapter 10, verse 4. Lazy people are soon poor. Hard workers get rich. Proverbs 13, verse 4. Lazy people want much but get little, but those who work hard will prosper. And then Proverbs chapter 21, verse 5. Good planning and hard work lead to prosperity, but hasty shortcuts lead to poverty. On our trail of self-motivation that we have hiked today, we can clearly see the 10 milestones that will result when we follow this trail. Let us apply them to our lives so that we can create and live a positive legacy for all to see. Tomorrow's short trek will be part of our Wisdom Unplugged series that we are now hiking on Tuesdays and Thursdays. These 2 to 3 minute wisdom supplements will assist you in becoming healthy, wealthy, and wise throughout your entire week. So encourage your family and friends to join us and then come along with us tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, creating a legacy. That will finish our trek for today. Just as you enjoy these daily doses of wisdom, we ask you to help us to grow Wisdom Trek by sharing it with your family and friends through email, Facebook, Twitter, or in person when you meet with them, and invite them to come along with us each day. If you would like to listen to any of the past daily treks, they are available at wisdom-trek.com. And don't forget to subscribe to Wisdom Trek so that each trek will be downloaded to you automatically. The journal for today's trek is available at wisdom-trek.com. Thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, I am your friend as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal each day. And as we take this trek of life together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and leave a living legacy each day. This is Guthrie Chamberlain reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and then create a great day every day. See you tomorrow.